Hi, I'm Lamar. This is Blue Haired Fitness, and we're going to talk about what I eat after I walk. If you're over 50 and need to lose a massive amount of weight, like 50 pounds or more, this is the channel for you. So let's get into it. As you know, I eat low carb and I tend not to get hungry. So when I am hungry, I eat. And that was a transition. One of the bad habits I had is I just used to eat when I thought I was supposed to eat. And a lot of times I was eating when I wasn't hungry. And those two habits combined probably weren't good for someone who had excess body fat. So those two habits I changed. All that said, now when I come back from a walk, I tend not to just run to the kitchen and start eating. What my eating cycle, if you want to call it that, looks like is I may or may not have dinner. It just depends. Sleep, get up, get ready, go walk. When I come back from my walk, in general, I'll just have some water. So even if I've had water while I'm walking, once I get back, I'll have some water. Now, today was the exception. When I got back, I was actually hungry. So I made myself something to eat. But in general, that's not what happens. In general, what happens is I'll drink some water, and then maybe an hour or two or even later, I'll go and prepare myself a meal. Now, my meals generally consist of some eggs in the morning. I'll have somewhere between 2 and 4 eggs. I like to put a little cheddar cheese in there and then top them with some pico de gallo. And that's what I'll have for breakfast. Sometimes I'll have, some roast pork with that. I've had ground chicken with that. I'll have some other protein, obviously steak with that. But generally, that's what I'll have to eat. If I feel like my protein's been low or I do need to make sure I get my protein today because I've been, kind of lax for the last couple of days on my protein, I may have my protein shake instead of my breakfast. So what I'll do is I'll have a protein shake that is 2 or 3 scoops of a plant protein, an avocado, water, ice. If I want it sweet, I'll put a banana in there, and very rarely, but sometimes I'll put in Greek yogurt and I'll down that. And then I'll have like a proper meal later. So those are the two things that I eat after I walk, but I don't eat them immediately after I walk. I tend to eat them sometimes 2, 3, maybe 6 hours after I walk. I've been known to walk in the morning, get back 8 a.m., whatever, and then not eat until dinner. And I'm not hungry. That said, the norm is I just have a breakfast that'll be satisfying, that has a little bit of protein in it, and I'm on my way. So that's how I eat. And it's worked for me this far, so I don't really see a reason to change. I will say that when I was eating a calorie-based diet, I tended to eat more and more often. And part of the reason for that was because I wasn't fat adapted, my blood glucose levels were fluctuating. And so when your blood glucose level goes down, long story short, you start to get hungry. So I was eating more often then, but for the last 7 weeks, I don't know, however long, I have not been eating that way because I haven't been hungry. So this is Lamar. This is Blue Haired Fitness. That's how I eat after a walk. I walk fasted, and then sometime after that walk, between normally 1 to 5 hours later, I have a meal, and it has worked for me. It'll work for you. Again, not a doctor. Always check with your doctor before you make any changes to your diet or your exercise plan. But if this is helping you, or if you have questions, please comment below. If you like the video, click like, and please subscribe to the channel.